Okay, so you wanted to know more about the movie bombing,
Yeah, one of those dark days in Philly's history.
right? And we've got a ton of sources here ready to dive in.
Absolutely. It's a story way bigger than just the bombing itself.
For sure. It's about, like, this clash, you know,
Head-on collision, really.
between a city and this group that really challenged everything about it.
Yeah, like down to its foundations.
We're talking about Movie,
Right.
a black liberation group,
With some seriously strong belief.
a revolutionary ideology for sure.
And they weren't shy about expressing those views.
No, they were not. It was May 13th, 1985 that things
Yeah, that's the day that changed everything.
forever changed Philadelphia.
You know what's interesting about movies' beliefs, though?
Yeah, what's that?
They basically rejected modern society completely, like technology, the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, they wanted like a total return to nature.
Back to nature.
Animal rights huge for them, and radical self-sufficiency.
So like living off the grid type stuff.
Even more than that, they were composting raw food diets.
I mean, those things aren't inherently confrontational, but
No, but it put them at odds with everyone around them.
yeah, they're neighbors of the city.
Big time.
So we've got this group with some pretty strong beliefs,
Definitely.
and it's causing friction. But how did it get to an armed standoff?
Well, their clashes weren't just about composting.
Right.
They used bullhorns to broadcast their messages like all night.
Seriously?
Yeah, and built these bunker-like structures around their house.
Wow.
Oh, and openly carried firearms.
So things were already pretty tense.
Understatement.
Yeah, a volatile situation for
Right.
sure.
Absolutely.
So Movie's feeling besieged. They're fortifying their house.
Right.
And on the other side, you have city officials and residents.
Feeling threatened.
Yeah, and demanding action.
It was a powder keg.
And that all led to this fateful day in May 85.
Right.
Can you walk us through exactly what happened?
So May 13th, the Philadelphia police show up.
With warrants.
Warrants, eviction orders, the whole 9 yards.
To clear the ME house.
Yeah, it was supposed to be this big operation. Things went south real quick.
Devolved into chaos.
Total chaos. Movie members started firing on the police.
And the police fired back.
It was a full-blown shootout.
And in all this chaos, the police made a decision.
A decision that shocked the nation.
They dropped a bomb
From a helicopter.
on the Movie house.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second.
I'm honestly struggling with it even now.
Yeah.
How could they possibly justify something so extreme?
It's important to remember Movie fired first.
Right.
Created a very dangerous situation for the police.
But still,
But a bomb on a residential building
with women and children inside.
raises huge questions.
Of a proportionality.
Excessive force.
For sure.
Yeah.
The aftermath of that bombing is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, can't even imagine.
Tell us about the scale of the destruction.
Okay, so the bomb starts this fire, right?
Right.
It raged out of control for like 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
It wasn't just the Movie house.
No, right.
61 homes were destroyed.
Reduced to ashes.
Over 250 people were left homeless.
Wow. It's hard to even comprehend that.
An entire city block wiped out.
Just gone, and tragically 11 people lost their lives.
5 of them children.
I can't even imagine the loss and the trauma.
For the family.
To the whole community.
Hey, think about
There had to be some legal fallout from this.
Oh, yeah. A federal court ruled that the city used excessive force,
They did.
violated everyone's constitutional rights.
Wow.
They specifically condemned the bombing.
Called it.
A reckless and unconscionable act.
I mean, decades later, this event still feels so raw.
It's a wound that hasn't healed.
What lessons can we learn from this?
Especially about law enforcement, the use of force.
Yeah,
I think the MVB bombing shows us how quickly things can get out of hand.
for sure.
Conflict can escalate and lead to devastating consequences.
Absolutely.
We need clear communication de-escalation tactics, especially when there are vulnerable people involved.
Yeah. This event continues to have a huge impact on Philadelphia.
It's part of the city's fabric now.
If this deep dive sparked your curiosity,
Yeah,
we encourage you to learn more
definitely.
about the Movie organization,
The city's response, the whole thing.
the ongoing conversations about justice and accountability.
Yeah, that's important.
We also encourage you to explore the Black liberation movement.
The systemic issues that led to Move E in the first place.
That's a whole other deep dive.
For sure.
But it's crucial to understand the context.
Absolutely.
This is just one piece of a much larger story.
One that we're still living today.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.